lecture number 9 of Parts of Speech. In this lecture, we will cover the preposition and its types. The previous parts of speech were discussed in the previous videos. If you want to learn the previous part of speech, please learn my prior videos for them. In this lecture, we will only cover the preposition along with its 5 types. Now, first of all, what is preposition? We will start with the definition of preposition. We will discuss some of the examples and then we will move toward the types and their examples. So, what is preposition? Actually, preposition plays a very important role in the structure of the sentences. If there were no preposition, then the sentence structure would completely be absurd. Although we can understand the meaning without preposition, but the sentence grammatically is incorrect. So, what is preposition? The definition of preposition is, what is the definition? A word or phrase, it can be a word or phrase that connects a noun, a pronoun to a verb or adjective in a sentence. Actually, it is a connecting device which creates a connection between a noun or pronoun to the adjective or the verb. There are usually short words and they normally are found in front of nouns. They are usually the one word preposition. There are usually the one word prepositions, but there are also the preposition which contains the group of words. It means some of the preposition are in the form of phrases, but usually they are in the form of short words and are found before the nouns. On rare occasions, the preposition can be found in front of gerund verbs. If you don't know what are the gerund verbs, then you have to watch my video which is on the verbs, and probably it's the lecture number 4. You can open the lecture number 4 from my videos and can you have a so that you can have an understanding about the gerund verbs. So there are 5 types of prepositions. First is simple preposition, then double preposition, third one is the compound preposition, participle preposition and phrase preposition. They are categorized differently. Some people say that there are 8 types of preposition, but according to the best of my knowledge, I have categorized them into 5 types. So in general, the examples of prepositions are for, with, on, that, of, to, etc. And there are much many more. These are spoken and written quite often in English. In fact, many of us use all types of preposition naturally without realizing that they are distinct and have a name. We use them randomly. We do not have any understanding that what category of the preposition do these prepositions belong. So after this lecture, you will be able to identify the type of the preposition when you were reading them or writing them. So the first one is simple preposition. So, like the name, simple prepositions are very simple. Simple prepositions are the shortest words used to show the relationship between nouns, pronouns, or to join parts of a clause or sentences. There's nothing very difficult in that. So, the examples are the dog jumped out while the car was moving. In this example, out is a simple preposition and car is the object of preposition, which preposition? Out in the above sentence. The second example is Dorothy came upon the tin man. In this example, upon is a preposition. Upon is the preposition and the tin man is the object for that preposition upon. The third example is she came home without her homework. Without is the preposition and homework is the and the preposition is without. So the simple prepositions are the further categorized into 2 types. The first one is preposition of place. These prepositions of place are used to describe where something is located, and there are 4 types of preposition of place. Actually, there are 4 prepositions which are used in the preposition of place. The first one is at, describes a specific point in space. In describe an enclosed space, and on describe an object's relationship to a surface on which it is placing, and by describes an object's proximity to something else. Now we will see them in the sentences. Now add in the sentence like meet me at the library. So library is a place and add shows that specific point in space. The second in is I am trapped in the elevator. As in this sentence, in describes an enclosed space. As you know that elevator is the moving room like lift, so it is an enclosed space. The third example is that a cat sleeping on your car? In this, on preposition is used and on describes its relationship to the surface. Now the fourth is by. I have always wanted to try that safe by the train station. Now the second category of simple preposition is the preposition of direction. If you ask where, this type of preposition is usually part of the answer. Prepositions of direction let you know where something is going. They indicate which direction something is moving. There are dozens of examples, but the most common example of preposition of the direction are above, across, along, among, around, at, behind, below, beside, by, inside, in, near, past, under, between, down, up, toward, though, and there are many more, which are the examples of the prepositions of direction. Now we will move toward the second types of preposition, and it is the double preposition. As the name suggests, double prepositions are formed by joining two simple prepositions. Examples of double preposition in sentences are the dog jumped out of the moving car. In this sentence, out of is a double preposition because the two simple prepositions out and of are joined together to form double preposition. Second example is the child hid inside of the cabinet. Inside of shows the double preposition. Now the third type of preposition is the compound preposition. Double prepositions and compound prepositions are very similar. Both are two word phrases, but there is still a distinction between the compound and double preposition. Double preposition contain both the prepositions, but the compound preposition is a contain. But the compound preposition contain a preposition, a simple preposition before a noun, an adjective, or an adverb. A double preposition is formed through the conjunction of two simple prepositions, whereas compound preposition is formed through the conjunction of a non-prepositional word and a simple preposition. So the definition is compound preposition are those prepositions that are made by prefixing the preposition to a noun, an adjective, or an adverb. For example, amongst, amidst, above, around, along, across, about, below, beneath, beside, between, beyond, outside, within, and without. When these all are used before a noun, adjective, or an adverb, they will show the compound preposition. Hereby I have added the two examples. The baby crawled across the floor. As floor is the noun and cross is the preposition, and across the floor forms the compound preposition. Second example is he sat down beside the fire. This is also an example of compound preposition.